Okay, let's talk about friendships. We all have that friend we're supposed to feel great around, but we just don't. We hang up the phone or walk away from a hangout feeling drained, maybe even a little worse about ourselves. If any of that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to navigate the very tricky maze of modern friendships.
It's that sinking feeling, isn't it? When you realize you're the one always reaching out, always giving, and it just feels like you're pouring all your energy into a black hole. It is way more common than you think, and it's a huge, flashing sign that the balance in that friendship is way off.
So how can you know for sure? To get past that vague, something's wrong here feeling, we've got to get specific. So let's do it. We're going to break down 5 key red flags that are telltale signs that a friendship might not be as real as you think.
All right, first up, this is a classic.
Think about it. Your phone buzzes, you see their name pop up, and your very first thought isn't, "Oh, awesome." It's more like, okay, what do they want now? You already know, deep down, they're only showing up because they need something from you. And this creates a really clear pattern, right? They hit you up for favors, for a loan, for your connections, but the second you're the one in a bind, phew, they're gone. Suddenly, the friendship stops being about a real connection and starts feeling totally transactional. And you're on the losing end of that deal every single time.
Okay, red flag number 2. Now, this one's a little more subtle, but man, it can sting. You get some great news. Maybe you got a promotion or had an amazing first date, and you share it with them. But instead of genuine excitement, you're met with, well, something else. A flicker of jealousy, maybe? They just don't truly celebrate with you.
Look, a true friend is your biggest cheerleader, but in this dynamic, they get weirdly competitive. They might downplay what you've done or, and this is a big one, they'll immediately pivot the conversation right back to themselves. It just shows you the truth. Their support is totally conditional. It's there, but only as long as you aren't outshining them.
All right, our third red flag. This one is a fundamental, massive betrayal of trust.
Plain and simple, they talk negatively about you behind your back. The secrets you share, thinking you're in a safe space, turns out they're not so confidential anymore.
A real friend is like your personal ambassador to the world. They protect your reputation when you're not even in the room. But this kind of friend, they do the exact opposite. They gossip, they'll tell your secrets, and they won't defend you. It's a huge warning sign that they absolutely do not have your back.
Moving on to number 4. This one is all about the emotional aftermath. Seriously, forget what they say for a second and focus on how they make you feel. After you hang out, do you feel energized, happy, seen? Or do you feel totally drained and maybe even bad about yourself?
And here is a perfect classic example, the backhanded compliment. It's praise that's wrapped up in an insult, and it's designed to be a subtle little put down. We have all heard some version of, "Wow, that's a great achievement for you." And you know what? It never, ever feels good. These little interactions are like emotional paper cuts. One might not seem like a big deal, but they add up over time. The constant sarcasm they just call joking, the little digs, you have to trust your gut. If you consistently walk away from them feeling insecure or exhausted, your intuition is screaming something really important at you. And that brings us to our final red flag, number 5. This one is all about what happens when things get tough.
Yep, their loyalty completely disappears the second it becomes inconvenient for them. A true friendship isn't tested when things are easy and fun, it's tested when things get hard.
And this is where their true priorities come out. To avoid even a minor conflict, they will throw you under the bus. They will not defend you when it really matters. It all comes down to their own comfort and their own convenience, which is the clearest sign that their loyalty is only surface deep.
So, you've spotted the signs. Now what? This is the most important part. What do you actually do about it? Well, it's time to build your tactical toolkit for protecting your own peace. First things first, you have to establish some boundaries. Stop oversharing those personal details that can just be used as ammunition against you later. Instead, you need to learn the art of being vague. When they ask those probing questions, just give short, neutral answers. Look, this isn't about being secretive, it's about being strategic with your own precious energy. Not every friendship needs a big dramatic blow-up to end. Sometimes the absolute best approach is the fade-out. So step 1, just gradually start to reduce contact. Then step 2, you stop being the one to initiate plans. And finally, you just allow the relationship to naturally dissolve.
It is a powerful, low-stress way to get your peace back.
See how this works? It's all about matching your tactic to the specific problem. If the red flag is that they're constantly needing favors, your tactic is to learn to say no and set firm boundaries. If they're a gossip, you stop giving them ammunition by keeping conversations surface level. And if they just drain your energy, your move is to stop giving them that energy and instead reinvest it in your real support system.
Because ultimately, this isn't really about just cutting people out. It's about a smart reallocation of your resources. You're taking that precious time and energy that you are pouring into these draining relationships, and you're consciously choosing to reinvest it into the connections that actually build you up.
So, I'll leave you with this thought. The real power isn't just in who you let go of, but in who you consciously decide to pull closer. So take a hard, honest look at your circle. Who deserves more of you? Which friendships are you going to choose to invest in?